Hey guys, and welcome to Gwent, the Witcher card game. My name is Jaggerus, and Homecoming is upon us, which means we've had a lot of new stuff happening in Gwent. Basically, all of the cards have been changed, and everyone is relearning the game. So I wanted to take you guys along with me on that learning experience. So before I start making deck guides about maybe more targeted or high-tier decks, I just wanted to kind of show you guys the first deck I make with each faction, you know, whether it be good or bad. It's a learning experience, right? So that is what we're going to do first. Also, I want to bring back Fan Fridays, so if you guys have a deck that you'd really like me to play, then you can submit it in my Discord, in the Fan Fridays text channel. I'll put a link in the description below, and I will check it out, basically. So either maybe take a screenshot or write out the deck or something, and I'll upload Fan Fridays videos again on Fridays. Okay, so here we are in the deck builder, and this is my very rudimentary Scoia'tael first ever deck. It is a Artifact Elves deck. We are using Filavandrel as our leader. Boost all units in your hand by 1. Then we have our artifacts like Skellig, which we can use to damage our opponents every turn. On top of that, we have the Mastercrafted Spear, a couple of those damage unit by 1 every turn. And we also have a couple of incinerating traps, ambush, damage the next unit your opponent plays by 5. You can also just manually trigger it to deal 3 damage, which you can use to then set up the Skellig, because Skellig, every time it deals damage, if it kills an enemy, it then boosts the damage that it deals by 1. We have Caretaker, which will allow us to resurrect an artifact, and we have Avalak, which will allow us to target draw an artifact. So we're fairly likely to find Skellig. And you can see these guys are quite high provision costs. Then we have our elves. So we have like Ithlin, she'll allow us to boost a Scoia'tael unit in our hand by 4. Isengrim, he boosts all other elf allies, and then whenever you play another one, that boosts as well. This synergizes quite nicely with the Scoia'tael Neophytes, because when you play one of these, it actually spawns 2 elves. So then once you play Avalak, not Avalak Sage, Isengrim, they'll all get boosted. On top of that, it gives you lots of elves, which you can then use to pull Aelrin out of the deck, because she does what she did in the past game, which is get summoned from the deck when you play lots of elves. Then we have Yavin, damage an enemy by 1 for every elf ally. So then if we get lots of elves, we can deal lots of damage and set up our Skellig and stuff. Hawker Smuggler, every turn on turn end, boost a random unit in your hand by 1. So this is just some engines to try and encourage your opponent to kind of target those. We also have the Incinerating Trap, which I talked about, the Sappers. If you have an elf in your hand, destroy an enemy artifact. So we're going to use these to counter our opponent's artifacts if necessary, because we should have elves in our hands. Although also we have Hawker Supports, which are humans. Boost an ally by 1. If you control an artifact, boost by 3 instead. So that synergizes nicely with artifacts. Half-Elf Hunter, damage an enemy by 1 for each artifact you control, but they only have 1 reach, so these are a little bit of a tricky card to play successfully. Then we have the Vanguards, boost self by 1 for each elf in your hand, so these are nice opening plays. And the Swordmasters, damage an enemy by 1 whenever you play an elf, decrease the cooldown by 1. So you can use this again for damage by continuously playing elves. So yeah, that's the kind of basic deck. I'm going to jump into a ranked game now, and we'll try out the deck and see how it goes, and then we'll come back and maybe make some changes. But like I said, this is my first ever Homecoming deck. It's pretty exciting. Oh, and if you like the video, don't forget to leave a like.
To arms, all of yous!
So we're against the Skellig A deck. We have quite a lot of mulligans. What's in our hand? We have options for removing artifacts. We actually have Skellig, and we can resurrect it. A couple incinerating traps. So these are low tempo. They're better to be played, I think, with other things. Neophyte. Aelrin we definitely don't want. I think we'll also throw one of the traps. This gives us access to target drawing artifacts. So potentially we throw the other trap as well. And also, actually, if you go first, you already have an artifact on the board. So that gives you a little bit of an advantage. So let's leave it at that. But unfortunately, we actually weren't going first. So this is a deck where, because this card here is an artifact, the tactical advantage, not having it is a little bit problematic. Damage self and an enemy by 1. Interesting. So we may as well use Filavandrel. I think we have a decent number of units in our hand now. So let's do that. Give ourselves a little bit of power. And then let's play the Hawker Smuggler, because the Hawker Smuggler, every turn on turn end, boost a random unit in your hand by 1. So this is actually pretty good, because we can start to get power on the board. Ooh, it's worth 9. Okay, so we can kill this. The problem is if we kill this, is he going to play Skellig? Because it might be that this is also a Skellig deck, which we don't really like. But I think for now, maybe this is fine. I don't want to waste my artifact removal too early, you know? Got that slight fear. What if I remove the artifact too soon? Also, if he's killing my elves, we're going to run out of elves. That's my other fear. I actually quite like playing Sage in this situation. Gives us a little bit of tempo. What does his leader do? Split 8 damage randomly between all enemies. Oof, that's a lot of damage. But you can only do it once. And I guess I boosted like 8 value into my thing, so that's fine. The question is, like, how much of a problem is this board state? I don't know, man. Oh, we haven't actually other artifact removal, so it's fine. I didn't realize I had the second one in hand. That was kind of me being an idiot. Let's do this. I think it's good to also just clear his units, although maybe I should have saved that in case I played Sea Hill. And actually, we could have played Sea Hill this round, but if we do that, then he has the option to pass.
War, my beloved!
Yeah, so he has his own artifact removal. What is Bloodthirst? Number of damaged units. He didn't have a damaged unit, so he misplayed. You numpty. He fucked that up. So we have 2 elves, so I think now is a good time to play the Scoia'tael.
None shall tread on us.
Chappy. We'll just keep shooting this. I don't actually want to damage his units by the looks of things. So he misplayed his removal. He didn't have the condition for it. And this is the thing with new Gwent, is people are going to be making misplays. Whenever an enemy takes damage, boost self by 1. Can I kill that? I don't know. Not easily. This is going to give me 5, and Ailerin, 6, 7, 8. This is actually a really good play here. This guy hurts himself every time he deals damage, so it's kind of fine. We're now ahead, which is really good. We're ahead on even.
Humans to the sea!
Humans to the sea! Ooh, if he has Igni, that front row is looking very stacked, though. I'm just going to believe that people won't run Igni. Yeah, so he's using his leader to catch up, but actually that boosted that guy a hell of a lot. Wow. Do we have a play we can make here? He has to also play a card. This might be where we pass. Oh, I feel like we maybe want to try and get more cards out of him, but the pass here I don't hate, actually, because it means he'll probably dry pass. So I think at this point we take the pass. Like, he spent a lot to get that win. The thing is, he can now dry pass and we'll go into the final round with even numbers of cards, which is probably fine. We can always resurrect the this, so that's good. Do stuff by 1 for each elf in your hand. 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 elves. It's only a 4-point play, which isn't really great at the moment. Let's throw it for now. That's all of my mulligans, though. Is he gonna dry past me?
Sure, no problem.
No. Oh, that's a tempo play. My gosh. Can we catch him in 2 cards? I think we can. So I guess we play Hawker Smuggler. And that gives us like a little bit of choice in terms of what we play next. I get to 12 though. So maybe we just play Ithlin.
Nigh is the time of the
I'm gonna
white
boost the
frost
Smuggler, I
and
think,
white
and then we'll see
night.
what he chooses to do and how he chooses to play into this round. The problem is a lot of my artifacts are quite low tempo. We also need to keep an elf in our hand, should we wish to destroy his artifacts.
I'm so
No,
tired.
we're just gonna get rid of it. He might have Sea Hill, but then we have Sea Hill, so we just play ours in response.
I once lopped off 3 heads with one.
Whenever an enemy on the opposite row takes damage, boost self by 1. Okay. So he is really going in on this round. In which case, let's play this now.
Special price, just for you, love.
Because that's going to put us ahead, and we're going to get points per round. The issue I have is playing these artifacts, right? Because they're going to be low tempo plays. But I think if we can catch him in 1 card, then it's worth playing them. And we can also caretaker the trap we played, and then we can just manually trigger it. Unless we didn't play a trap this round. Oh no, I haven't played a trap. Why did I think I played a trap?
armor. Do you hear? They
What do
need
these
us.
do? Damage a random enemy unit by 2. The problem is I'm gonna have to kill these, right? Because it's not. It's a death wish, right? So it just triggers when it dies. So there's no point in killing them. And then he damages his allies. Okay. I guess we do this. He's going to take 2 damage, which makes catching up a little bit tricky. We might be a card down. Although this is actually worth 8, so we won't be a card down if he decides to play into this. And then we can utilize the Sea Hill power every turn. So that's actually pretty good. Because we can play Swordmaster. Or we play the Spear, right? He's really going for it, man. So let's play this. Damage this. Then play this. Kill this. And then on the next turn, we can kill this guy. Because these two together are really, really powerful. So this is likely where you see the pass. We can catch up, though. Because I don't think if he's not dealing with the artifacts, he's not going to 2-0 me. Well, he's going for it. I mean, why would he want to keep hurting his own units? Damage an enemy by 3. Okay, so... we do this in the right order. This then gets boosted every time. This gives me 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not quite enough. So I'm going to have to play the elf anyway.
May your sword and arm be one.
Does he think he can win this? If he thinks he can win this, I should have probably played Caretaker later. He doesn't really want to self... yeah, he passed. Okay. So then I can win with the Hawker support. The thing is, once you use your artifacts, you can't pass, unfortunately. So let's play this.
Oi, hey there, come here.
And we're easily ahead. We're easily ahead. I maybe... would it have been better to play Caretaker? I don't think so. And then we have 4 turns, so I think we open with the Resurrect, potentially. Although, actually, we're not going to have a target. So we probably wait on the Caretaker. This was worth 4. This is kind of terrible. But I guess this is what we play here. Because we don't have any more mulligans, right? So we have to play this.
Death to humans!
It's a 3-point play, so it's not great, but... we have a 7-point Caretaker into a artifact, which is pretty cool. So we may as well play this.
Swords I smile at. Weapons.
Is he going to see the value out of Sea Hill that he wants? I guess he drew it too late. He might, though, because I have a lot of units. But then he's going to have to play some units as well. Oh, he played a dead Caretaker. Oh, no, never mind. Oh, crap. This is bad. So, are we going to get beaten in our own game? It looks like we're going to get beaten in our own game. He's not an elf, so this didn't trigger. But I had to play it that way around, I think. The problem is this will do too much damage. So actually, I'm not going to get the reset. So I think we just lose to his own Sea Hill strategy. Oh, it feels bad.
Lugos will be bursting with pride.
And then he's going to destroy mine. Oh, he didn't do it.
What?
Oh, he's only got 1 reach. Oh, I misplayed. Oh, wait. That would have been 1 damage. So I would have actually gotten 2 more out of this. Oh, no, I wouldn't have had the reach. So I still would have had 1 more point. So if we lose by 1 point, it's because I misplayed. But I don't think we will. I think this has gotten too big. He's got, what, 4 points of damage here? Yeah. Unfortunate. Ooh, feels bad. Feels bad. I think it was pretty close though. Like, we had an unfortunate draw. It is kind of what it is. I guess this is my rank. I don't know. This is my level, and this is my rank, right? Makes sense. I don't know, man. I think we need to tweak this deck a little bit. Let's go to the deck builder. Like, what worked for us and what didn't work for us? We maybe need some, like, bigger removal, or maybe more stuff that synergizes. Let's see what else is in here that can synergize with artifacts. What do you do? Destroy an allied artifact, and damage a unit by 2. That's actually not terrible with the traps. But it's not ideal, right? Destroy an enemy artifact. We don't need that. I think we have enough play a bronze artifact from your graveyard. Hattori's probably okay. He's what, 6? 6, The thing is, you have to kind of balance your things. I think the Hawker Smugglers were okay, but the Hawker Sports, they were okay as well, but there's too many humans. This is the issue, is like humans, and I don't feel like the Vreehead Vanguards really were that powerful. So if we look for like 5 provision cost cards, what can we switch in? Not that contain the word artifact. Let's get rid of that. And we can get more artifacts with Wyvern Scale Shields, but they're so low tempo is the issue. Like, do you really want to be playing something that's that low tempo? I don't think so. Remove a row effect from an allied row. But if we play these, let me see what else is in here. Damage an enemy by 2. Actually, I quite like these Blathana, the Doblathana. I think we'll put those in. I think I like that as an inclusion. Sage is fine. Caretaker is fine. Ithlin is a little bit awkward. Let's see what else is 11 plus that we can maybe fit in here. Because I don't know. She seems a little bit awkward. Restore all units on the road to their base power. Spawn 2 cows. On turn start, if this is the only unit in your graveyard, summon it to a random allied row. That's weird. We also went second, which kind of gave us a disadvantage. Play a random artifact from your opponent's deck. What if they don't have any artifacts? Geralt Professional I actually really like. He can be really powerful if you time him right. So maybe we take out Ithlin and we put in Geralt. But we're taking out one of our elves, but then we put in 2 more elves, right? Actually, no, we haven't increased the number of elves. Destroy units with the same power as Shiru. But that's just his 2s. That's so awkward to use. Like, he seems very situational. Create any special card. Everyone loves create, right? Right, I think that'll do. Let's leave it at that. And we'll try again and see how it goes. And hopefully it'll go a little bit better.
For Skellig glory!
Okay, so we're against Skellig A. Unfortunately, we're going second. This deck actually does better if you go first because of having the artifact on the board to begin with. I actually think this half-elf hunter card isn't great because of his limited reach. So let's mulligan him. We did get Sea Hill though, but we didn't get Caretaker. We could mulligan the Swordmaster as well, and then let's do that. Let's leave it at that. I don't want to use too many of my mulligans just because of the state of the game, really. Okay, what are you gonna do? Damage unit by 1. You can do that every 2 turns. That's not terrible. We don't actually have any removal for artifacts here. Slight issue. Usually it's good to have 1 just in case. But if you don't draw into it, you don't draw into it. You know what you're going to do.
On crate!
Whenever an enemy on the opposite row takes damage, but he's not on the opposite row. It's on the back row. Oh, I was meant to use my leader first. Actually, I'm going to hold it because I don't have that many cards, and we can always use it in the final round. Because I have 3 artifacts in hand, so using your leader now is not necessarily the greatest decision. Then I think we'll play the Swordmaster. Oh, he's doing that. Right, so if we can't beat him, You join them. And we end our turn. Like, I don't have removal for artifacts, so I may as well just... If he's going to play them, I'll play them as well. And we can actually trigger the Sea Heal this round. Because he's got a 2-point unit on the board. Whenever an adjacent unit takes damage, boost self by 1. Ooh. But we can actually Geralt him, so it's fine. But if we play this, we're not going to be able to play it for the later rounds, but I guess it's okay. Because we can Geralt Professional this is the thing. I think it's probably fine. It's an expensive spend, but I still think it's okay. And then we can actually target whatever else he plays with Sea Heal, because we only need 1 hit. And we killed it. Feels bad. Let's do that. And then we play this on the front row.
Any last words?
We kill this. And then we end our turn. We're on even, more or less. We play this on the range where we can damage an enemy by 2. Stop shooting at Geralt, man. The question, I guess, is do we want to play the Swordmaster or would we rather play the Hawker Support? I think we'd probably rather play the Hawker Support. That's worth 6. And then we get an artifact 7. He has to play a card now, though. Whenever your opponent plays unit, damage it by 1, reach 2. So we can kill that.
I never miss.
Unfortunately, he's going to shoot me back each time. But I think this is still okay, maybe. Because we'll just kill it on the next turn with the artifact, and then we'll play a unit. And we can catch him if he passes, so that's okay. We're also playing a lot of kind of mediocre cards from our hands, which is kind of good. If you can kind of get rid of them, you know, you're going to have a good time. We only have 1 elf on the board, which is
Told you it'd be worth
a little bit awkward. So, I think we're okay here. Let's kill this. Play this.
Fine.
Boost
If
this.
my coin's ragged to ye, go kiss a
And
dog
then-
neath its tail.
End our turn. And now we're even. Stop shooting my units, man. It's really annoying. This is worth, what, 5? I mean, maybe we're getting close to the point where we need to pass. Yeah, this is probably where we want to pass. Like, we've got 4 cards in hand. He'll probably dry pass the next round. This is like... I don't know. Too many units. But it's not over, right? It's not over. Okay, removing an artifact, good. Resurrecting artifact, good. Removing an artifact, probably good. I think I'm going to mulligan this. Actually, I'm going to save my mulligan. Because I want a mulligan going into the next round, and I can always play this here. Yeah, so let's just play this. Do I think he's going to play 2 artifacts?
Sing the song of steel.
I don't know, but I think we're better to be safe than sorry. I also need to be a little bit careful I don't draw into Aileron. So we'll have to decide on this mulligan, whether we take the risk. Elf, elf. So the Swordmaster is probably the one I would mulligan. I guess we'll go with it. This we can play on any row, so let's play on the back row.
May your sword and arm be one.
And then we don't want to start playing our artifacts until he's really put units on the board. And I think we want to play the sword before we play the Sea Heal, just in case. To kind of bait out his removal. What you got? I like how you can mouse over these, but it doesn't really do anything. Just is something that you can do. Okay, fair enough. Oh, I was meant to use my leader ability. I lost out on 1 point. That was a mistake. Right, do that next. We'll do that next. I need him to not kill all of my elves so that I can get Ailerin out. Play a bronze unit from your graveyard. Ooh. That means you can resurrect the artifact removal.
Freya's bulwark! That's what we are!
So let's play this.
Hey! Ha!
Then we'll play this in the ranged row.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Play the spear. Oh, I was meant to play her in the melee row. I just realized. That was a misplay. Oh man, I'm going to do this so often until you get the hang of it. Like, that rows actually mean something. I was like, I'll play her in the back row. But it's order melee. I wish it would say melee first and then order, just because I feel like it would be more noticeable. So the question is he going to answer the... Is he going to answer the Sahil? I don't know. If he has Resurrects, he can. So maybe we wait one more turn and play the Incinerating Trap next. Ah, okay, well, we're going to clear that straight off the bat.
For Elven!
And then we end our turn. So we need to keep an elf in our hand. Oh, that's cute.
Slime. I try Ben.
I'm so tired.
And we'll make this one a 2 because... Oh shit, that was a misplay. Forgot about this guy. I was gonna say because we have our own Sahil to play. We've gotten a lot of value out of this spear, actually. Tremors. Okay, this needs to go in the range row. Let's play this. And then end our turn. And, you know, maybe he can deal with it, but, you know, we've gotten such good value out of the Monster-Crafted Spear anyway. I don't feel like it's such a problem. Hey, I gave up. I think if you don't have an answer for Sahil, it makes sense to just let it go. This deck is like okay. I think if you go next, by the way, you can't press GG, so remember that. This deck is okay. Like, I think it has some tempo issues. Everything is kind of good on a long round, but it doesn't really have good short round plays. And I feel like that's probably a little bit of an issue for it in order to make it better. But all in all, like, it was a good starter deck just to kind of get a feel for elves and for artifacts. So, you know, I'm happy with it overall. Like I said, if you enjoyed the video, maybe leave a like. You can always post your own decks in the Fan Friday channel on my Discord, which will be in the description below. Let me know what sort of decks you guys are running in the comments. I know a lot of people are playing, like, Nilfgaard Witchers. I think that's, like, really popular at the moment. It's kind of a shame it's been a day and there's already these, like, crazy decks just because people have so many shards and stuff. But yeah, let me know how it's going for you guys. Beyond that, you can always subscribe to the channel. You can find me on Twitter, @Jaggerus, and on Twitch, twitch.tv/Jaggerus. Thanks for watching, have an awesome day, and hope I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!